I really don't remember which page I stopped in the last video. But let's try to find it, because I think it's not so difficult to know which page I stopped. I think the page that I stopped, it was page 58 or not. No. Yes, the page 58 from this special book here that I use it. I use it here in this channel, Teaching by Principles, an interactive approach to language pedagogy. And so it's an important book that I use it at university in a special subject that I had in that time about methodology to teaching in English. And so here I think it's good if I use the same book. It's an old book, okay, it's very old book, but here we have a lot of strategies in principles about English learning. And so here we have some, let's see the specific chapter. We have the chapter 4, a methodical history of language teaching. In this chapter we know the difference about approach, method and technique. It's the base here. The difference between approach, design and procedure, and a lot of techniques. For example, the grammar translation, a lot of methods. For example, the grammar translation method, going on the serious method, the direct method, audiolingual method, for example, here, but we have another one that I'm going to start for today. For today, community language learning, let's try to read just one paragraph, and I'm trying to reading this text. In my mind, I use it to say that it's very nice for you or for me that we try to improve English using techniques or no techniques but strategies to learn something. Skills of communication, I would like to say. For example, you can read in something, you can some texts, you can listen in something, you can speak in something in English, or you can writing something in English, or you can know grammar. And so this 4 skills of communication, I think it's very interesting, very basic, very necessary to improve English. And in this channel I try to improve my English just reading, and sometimes speaking something to here. But let's just reading the first paragraph about community language learning. The age of audiolingualism, with its emphasizes of surface forms on the rote practice of scientifically produced patterns. Let's see. I think it's reading something in English, it's not easy, because if you try to reading this very correctly, it's very difficult. I think it's not so easy. And so it's very important to practice in English just reading, in my opinion. Let's repeat. The age of audiolingualism, with its emphasizes on surface forms on the rote practice of scientifically produced patterns, began to wane when the Chomskyan revolution in linguistics turned the linguistics and the language teachers toward the deep structure of language, and when psychologists began to recognize the fundamentally affective and interpersonal nature of the learning. By the decade of 1970s, as we increasingly recognize the importance of affective domain. Some innovative methods took on distinctly affective nature. Community language learning was a classic example of an effectively based method. Okay, for today I think it's enough, just in English. Now I'm going to reading something in Italian language. This book here, Parliamo la nostra lingua. I don't know Italian, but I think it's nice to improve English. It's a kind of strategy to try to read something in another language different from English. And for today we have the page 13 about le vocali. Nei due versi dei pascoli sopra riportate sono state evidenziate tutte e 5 le vocali e I-O, 3 forti io, 2 deboli. Nell'alfabeto italiano si susseguono intercalati con le consonanti in tale ordine. Possiamo subito precisare tuttavia che non sono ad corrispondenti, sono 7 in quanto le vocali o quanto sono toniche. Che quando su di essa possa la voce possono essere pronunciati con 2 timbri diversi, uno aperto, largo e uno chiuso o stretto. Il primo si indica con l'accento grave, o ghemmia, o biocche, il secondo l'accento acuto, o richer, solo i fiori. For today I think it's enough. The next video we're talking about or trying to reading something in Italian about omonimi and synonymi. Okay, let's try to finish this. Let's finish this video trying to reading something in Spanish too. It's another strategy because I don't speak Spanish, but it could be nice to improve English. Tengo dos ojos. Es el ojo derecho, es el ojo izquierdo. Los ojos están en la cabeza. Es una señorita. ¿Tienes los ojos abiertos? Son los ojos están abiertos. Ahora, we don't have this consonant in Portuguese. Ahora, tiene los ojos cerrados, sus ojos están cerrados. Este hombre tiene un ojo abierto y el otro ojo cerrado. Los ojos, el ojo derecho, izquierdo, abierto, cerrado, abierto, cerrado. It's nice to try to speak something in Spanish because here we have the different phonetic, and so we can practice because it's a notebook too, you can see. Just Spanish by images, but we have here images like you can see here, but in the final of the page we have here a special phonetic transcription, and so I think it's really nice to improve something in this specific language. Okay, for this video I think it's enough. The next video we're going to try or proceed reading something in English using the strategy reading in English and reading in Spanish and Italian to help this objective here. Thank you.